Alfred Hitchcock's Psycho just might be the greatest horror film ever made, but I don't like it much. You must be kidding. Hey, would I kid you? For your information, Alfred Hitchcock is one of the directors that wrote the basic filmmaking language, the grammar of cinema. I know. I have to say, I'm really shocked that someone like you doesn't like Psycho. Someone like me. What does that mean? Well, someone who's always talking about movies. Oh, you mean just another YouTube gas bag, huh? No offense. That's okay. Anyway, you might be onto something. I mean, after all, who am I? You're not going to start that again, are you? So, you did miss me. So tell me, what happened when you saw Psycho? Did it traumatize you? You're kidding, right? Aha. I bet that's the reason. So, tell me about that first time. First time? Are we talking about the same thing here? I don't know. You tell me. All right. The first time was during its first revival. It was around 1965 or so. By then, we had all heard about the shower sequence, but we never saw any photos back then. Naturally, we were disappointed. I don't remember if they tried the same booking policy that Hitchcock insisted upon during its initial engagement. You mean the one about no one being admitted to the theater once the movie started? Yeah, that's the one. We heard about that like we heard about the shower sequence. But I'm not sure they were able to sell that uptown. Uptown? Yeah, the RKO Coliseum. It was a pretty cool movie theater back then. Not as big as the Lowe's 175th Street, but big enough. I saw about 20 movies there when I lived in the Heights during the mid-60s. Okay, can we continue, please? Does this movie make you afraid? Does it make you uncomfortable? To tell you the truth, that scene where Janet Leigh is stopped by a cop and the cop gets suspicious because Janet Leigh is acting suspicious, well, that made me suspicious about the anxiety that the scene was provoking in me. And was I enjoying this? No, I wasn't. Aha, the master at work. He got to you, didn't he? As a kid, sure, it was a thrill, but it's not something I'm looking for in a movie these days. Look, I never said it was a bad movie. It's just not one of my favorites, that's all. And frankly, if it pops up as I'm channel surfing, I'll just keep paddling on by. In fact, I might even watch something of, say, lesser artistic quality. I mean, something like The Last Man on Earth. One of those rainy Saturday afternoons stuck in the house type of movies where you don't even mind the commercials. A Channel 9 type of movie. What about the shower sequence? That must have shocked you. Yeah, but we knew it was coming. Not when exactly, but that was the whole reason we were there in the first place. I'm 12 years old, and I want to see as much of Janet Leigh in the shower as I can. All right, well, what about Anthony Perkins? Don't tell me he didn't scare you. Not when he was dressed as Norman Bates. In fact, in some of those scenes with Janet Leigh and then later Martin Balsam, he's kind of sympathetic. He has a sort of adolescent awkwardness when dealing with people. The cracks in his armor grew deeper with each murder, didn't they? Yeah, they sure did, until they finally cracked all together in that scene with Vera Miles and John Gavin. I liked Vera Miles in The Searchers, although here she's kind of a shrew. Granted, she's got good reason, what with her sister missing and all. As for John Gavin, loved you in Spartacus. But that's not the final scene, is it? You're referring to that exposition dump with Simon Oakland. Coming when it does in the movie, it seems to violate some basic screenwriting rules, but I suspect the entire scene was a last-minute sob to the censors. And yet, even that's not the final scene, is it? No, lucky us, we get to spend the last moment with dear old Norman Bates as a skull is superimposed across his face. Look, I don't have a problem with Psycho. Like I said, it's a cinematic masterpiece, but I am a little uncomfortable with its legacy. This movie is often called the first slasher movie. I don't like slasher movies. It's not that I'm squeamish, but I am discerning. One of the benefits of a long life is that you get to see history unfold. You get to see how people change from one generation to another as the eddies and currents of popular fashion take hold. Today's audiences seem to love body horror, and the more horrific, the better. I get it. I understand that they view such effects as effects, and they are fascinated by the creativity involved in making them. I also get what fun it is to have your main squeeze grab you by the hand as they recoil in terror from the horrors on the screen. Apparently, some things never go out of style. I wonder, maybe horror just isn't your genre. Maybe so, but there's enough horror out there with this new normal we're all living through to give anyone the creeps. Next to that, even the scariest movie is just a movie. We'll see you around the shadows.